All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game, a human versus human mirror match. This game taking place here on Tide Hunters version 1.2. Anima spawning as the orange human player on the top left-hand side of the map, going up against Leon spawning as the teal human player over here on the bottom right. Gonna go ahead and get up to 4 times speed as human versus human mirror match. I am expecting Altar of Kings, a barracks farm, choosing of the heroes, and then from there we may actually see some deviation. Archmage going up against Archmage, no big surprises there, as the Archmage is generally the stronger hero to open things up with, but also a great support hero to have as well. If you try and go for anything except for an Archmage, you may find yourself, without enough mana if you try to go for any of the other casters such as Priest or even Spellbreakers. Footmen trying to run away from that army. They're actually getting body blocked quite a bit and now unable to clear out this creep camp very easily. Archmage of, Anima actually playing a very aggressive style here. Already dropped a water elemental, not quite sure. Well, off to the north here, needs to see some militia getting called over, and there's a lot of action early on in this game as Anima is creeping with double water elementals, but actually creeping 2 separate locations at the same time. Anima going to go ahead and pick up a Ring of Protection +3. Meanwhile, the Archmage of Leon has cleared out a relatively close creep camp here and now rotating back off to the north. All right, this is not your typical creep pattern whatsoever. Another troll going to get taken down right there. We can see level 2 on this Archmage. All right, there, as it's going to be dropping in some additional water elementals here. Are we going to get some cancellations as well? Trying to figure out who's going to get that last shot off on this one water elemental, as we can see some damage getting racked up there. Down to 4 hit points. Is it going to get denied? One water elemental gets taken down. Leon gets up to level 2. As we're going to look at that water elemental, for some reason, Leon had every opportunity in the world to cancel it, but instead, allows Anima to drop another water elemental again. Both sides constantly exchanging blows. Are we going to see another shot off there? One more final shot. There goes a footman, as well as Leon going to be losing this water elemental through denying. Militia now being called on over to try and clear out this Murloc creep camp. Units are retreating back as Leon needs to try and perhaps hide this low hit point footman there. Low hit point footman now getting pressured by the Archmage, as we're going to see some units getting, felled on every which side. Who's going to get that last blow? It looks as though experience going to be given as well, as both sides are exchanging blows still. A very bloody battle and a bloody game this early on, as some low hit point footmen still trying to retreat out. After all of this, Leon is going to have less creeps on his side of the map, but he will have this expansion already cleared out, which is going to be fairly important. Are we going to see another death of another footman? Yes, we are. There goes another one. Another peasant could get taken down as well, as this peasant may purposely, beautiful, beautiful micro, trying to escape away, and you can now see this one footman perhaps going to get taken down again. There you have it. Leon actually coming back up with some more micro moves, and has now taken the, closed up some of that experience lead. However, not to be outdone, Anima also clearing out creep camps away from the action again. All right, so level 2 water elemental is now possible with that panda ready to go. That tech to tier 2 was already started. Meanwhile, back at home, Leon is still at tier 1 as he's trying to set up an expansion of his own. Anima has a big window of opportunity to try and punish this expansion. Gonna go ahead and stop that town hall from being built. Level 2 water elementals now coming in from Leon, as we see some massive repairs are underway. All right, massive repairs here. Panda could try and get off another big breath of fire across all of these units again, thereby pushing pressure and now getting in that extra 70 damage needed to force that scout tower to be canceled. All right, more repairs getting underway, more breath of fire, another peasant getting blown over, but the panda lost in the process. All right, At this point, all Anima is trying to do is punish this expansion as much as he can, and then perhaps get even more experience. He does have the Panda out of commission temporarily, but he should be building in some arcane towers or some other important tech buildings at this point and stage in the game. All right, Anima doesn't have that many units back at home or back in this forward position. He will end up getting shut down, be forced to retreat. Are we going to see that water elemental get denied? That is the question here. Down to 44 hit points, racking up some damage onto this footman as well. What is going on? Trying to get that last hit, and he does in fact get it down. All right. 3.6 versus 3.5. Expansion is now completely canceled. Tech to tier 2 now started, but that is a big race difference as the Arcane Sanctums are also nearing completion as well. Anima is going to have a huge tech advantage, and if he's able to get in perhaps a sorceress or two and then some priest. You don't want to get overboard on those sorceresses though, as spellbreakers would quickly shut down their usefulness. But with this tech advantage, he should be able to, well, at least pick off a lot of these footmen that are out here on the battlefield. Leon now up to level 4 on that Archmage. Meanwhile, Archmage of Anima sitting at level 3 with the Panda sitting at level 1. 29 supply compared to 28. Similar worker counts. Tech and experience on those levels is the main difference here, as priests are now getting trained up. All right, staying at tier 2. Orange is currently just staying at tier 2 here. May need a couple of priests to actually stay back and heal up that footman, as we're getting an engagement, a slight skirmish in this front position. There's a breath of fire there. Priest now ready here. Gonna go ahead and give in plenty of healing, as this one water elemental down to 67 hit points. One more final shot. There's the deny. Saw the incoming fireball of Anima, and Leon says, nope, I am denying that level 2 water elemental now. Units are going to try and retreat back here. Is Leon going to perhaps try and overstay his weapon? No, just going to go ahead and go shopping while these creeps are away. All right, little bit of action coming back through. Priest are now going to get in a little bit more healing here. Panda looking to get to level 2. Going to get a little bit closer, as another water elemental could end up getting taken down. Is it going to be denied? Yes, it is, by the Panda. That quick auto attack hit right there. I believe Leon had a water elemental inbound. And both sides still playing a pretty solid game overall. Nicely done by the Brewmaster there, as we now see a Pit Lord, a follow-up hero Pit Lord here, as the Pit Lord goes for Cleave first, and now given the Claws of Attack +4, Circlet of Nobility, and that Ring of Protection. How much damage is really going to be racked up here, as that Claws of Attack +4, well, now retreating back. Pit Lord does have +6 damage because of the additional Circlet of Nobility and some decent armor as well. We'll be able to dive into that frontline spot. We are going into dual Arcane Sanctums alongside a Blacksmith as well. Leon, I really don't know if human players need to go dual Arcane Sanctums. Dual Arcane Sanctums any longer, especially if they're going to be following it up with Riflemen as well. It feels like that dual Arcane Sanctum is more of a bounce back recovery mechanism if you think you are going to be losing units a bit too quickly. All right, Pit Lord sitting at level 1. Are we perhaps going to be looking at Rain of Fire or Howl of Terror as that second ability, as Spellbreakers are also joining out on the battlefield? All right, a Pit Lord is great in that front line position only if he can somehow find a way to get rid of all of his mana. That Pit Lord, when he does have mana, ends up taking more damage from those Spellbreakers than he's able to dish out easily. If he's able to perhaps get a couple of Rain of Fires on that back line first, that would work out well, as that Pit Lord looking to get to level 2 here, and we'll understand a little bit of Leon's strategy as he chooses Howl of Terror as that follow-up ability. Meanwhile, Arcane Tower, Water Elemental going after that peasant. Peasant ends up falling Archmage. still doing plenty of plenty of harassment, as the Panda is doing all of the creeping. Archmage could be in trouble, down to 122 hit points, but is currently getting healed up by that Priest, really not in danger just quite yet, as that Priest now has to be a little bit careful, as he doesn't want to take any additional piercing damage. All right, Arcane Tower going to end up falling at the hands of the Archmage there. Priest going to go ahead and heal back home as the Pit Lord clears up some additional creep camps. And, well, what is that? Ring of Protection +5. Perhaps drop the Ring of Protection +4, or do a little, do a little swappy swap here, as Leon does need to heal up as well. Is he going to grab a Scroll of Regeneration? Doesn't really need it. Archmage going to pick up that Ring of Protection +5, even though the Pit Lord is going to be that frontline unit. All right, Ring of Protection +5 picked up. Spellbreakers are off nearby. Pit Lord wants to get to level 3 for that level 2 cleave. Really rack up more of that damage, as we see level 1 armor upgrades for Leon. Coming back around, well, an easy kill on, I believe, a water elemental. It gets dissolved into nothing. Another footman gets taken out while creeping, and at this point, I guess, well, tier 1 units are a bit of a liability. If you're going to lose them to the creeps so you don't give experience to your opponent. Anima, on the other hand, does have Drunken Brawler as that second ability, getting in some critical strikes and perhaps some evasion when the time comes. Coming back through, Archmage, Pit Lord now, well, making its rounds here. Going to find a lone footman trying to walk through this army. Pretty much going to get easily taken down. A couple of easy shots there as the Spellbreakers finish it off. Pit Lord, is he going to try to dive on in? Going to try and engage here. He's not taking any of that damage. Are we going to see a Howl of Terror? We don't see a Howl of Terror. Spellbreakers able to fight back, as we are looking at 1-1 upgrades on these Spellbreakers by Leon. 50 supply compared to 55, as we see some, Breath of Fire damage racking up. All right, there's a Potion of Greater Healing being used there. Meanwhile, Pit Lord really swiping his way through, racking up quite a bit of damage here, as we're going to be looking at perhaps a water elemental getting taken down. There's a Breath of Fire. All of those militia will have to be called back. They do not want to take or give any additional Breath of Fire damage, as they would pretty much all be in the red already. Pit Lord continuing to swipe his way through. There's a Breath of Fire, but hitting a lot of Spellbreakers in that frontline spot. Really not worried about that damage, as we're looking at more swiping damage here. All right, more swiping damage. That Pit Lord with that AoE actually working out very well. That cleave damage racking up quite a bit, and it's forcing a lot of the Spellbreakers to try and retreat back. This Pit Lord sitting at level 3, really racking up and dealing a lot of damage here, as the Spellbreakers have to be very careful, as they don't want to be taking too much damage either. Meanwhile, that Pit Lord is in that frontline spot. There's a Breath of Fire, Potion of Invulnerability, but he still took the full damage there. Meanwhile, a lot of low hit point Priest, a Lightning Shield, or some other way to rack up and transport damage would have been nice, but Leon, the clear victor in that fight there. All right, Leon now making his way through. Leon does have that Ring of Protection +5. Archmage could give the Ring of Protection +4 over as well, as that seems to be, well, the main purpose of that Pit Lord. Absorb damage in that front line spot. Additional heals gonna give all of these armies back together. Level 5, level 4 now, going up against level 4, level 4. Leon actually taking the hero level advantage lead, pretty easily. Anima does have this expansion up and operational. It has been mining for quite a bit of time now, and Anima should be able to, build a larger army. The downside, though, of having a larger army is if you are not executing and using that army properly, you end up just feeding experience to your opponent. And that's exactly what, Leon hopes Anima is doing. If he can get level 5 on that Pit Lord, the hero choices are going to be interesting, to say the least, or extremely powerful. Oh, Pit Lord, is he going to pick up that Tome of Strength +2? Why isn't he? That is his primary attribute. Getting in even more damage would be absolutely huge. Militia now getting called over. Our Archmage picks up the Tome of Strength to try and add a little bit of additional hit points, as he's now up to 675 hit points with not that many survivability items. Every point of hit point matters dearly. All right, in comes a Scroll of Town Portal. Priest are now joining in. Are we going to see Militia now joining in on the fight as well? There's a Howl of Terror as the Spellbreakers could try and remove that there. There's a Breath of Fire. All of those poor peasants now in, well, a desperate retreat back as we see a lot of Dispel magic happening across the board, trying to remove those water elementals from play. All right, damage pushing back on through. Low hit point Spellbreakers retreating back, but that Pit Lord in that frontline spot now getting counteracted by a Scroll of Healing as we're looking at multiple healing heading across the board. All right, Pit Lord swiping his way through as many units as he can, but that Pit Lord is down to 275 hit points with that Potion of Invulnerability coming to an end. All right, a bit more healing will be needed. Archmage, did he gain that much experience? Pit Lord as well. And all we can really look at now is the experience to see who is losing more units. It feels like Anima is losing more as the hero levels are getting faster and faster for Leon. However, Leon needs this expo up very quickly. Otherwise, he is going to be playing a game of catch-up really quick. We have about 6.5 minutes of mining left on those main bases, as there are still a number of creep camps available on the map to try and push things forward. All right, Pit Lord now up to, well, what is that, 14 armor nearly at 14 armor, 45% damage reduction, and here we go. Spellbreakers actually attacking the Pit Lord. That's going to feed back quite a bit of damage as the Brewmaster down to 119 hit points. All right, Pit Lord quickly uses that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in that frontline spot, still trying to go after all of those units here, still swiping his way through. Damage is racking up on those Spellbreakers. 2-1 upgrades, going up against 2-2 upgrades for Leon's Spellbreakers here. All right, more damage going to get added in again. Are we going to see a little bit of perhaps damage? There's a Howl of Terror, not hitting very much as the Priest are trying to keep units alive as well. Pit Lord down to 482 hit points, battling up against the Brewmaster. Both sides exchanging blows, but the the Pit Lord's actually dealing quite a bit of collateral damage as well. Spellbreakers trying to exchange blows again here. There's another Breath of Fire, finding a couple of priests, but that's going to be enough to heal up easily as the Brewmaster forced to use a Potion of Healing in order to survive. Both sides still fighting and exchanging blows, and it's really the armor difference. 7 armor versus nearly 15, as some of these Spellbreakers are dangerously low on hit points and dying to actual cleave splash. More splash damage, or, well, water elementals turning into a puddle of water as a Potion of Healing goes down onto the Pit Lord to stay alive barely. Archmage does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. This is pretty much a one-way ticket for Leon unless he wants to walk back out, as the Spellbreakers are actually in a good position to focus down units that are a bit out of position here. There goes another Spellbreaker. 61 supply compared to 61, as a low hit point Priest is going to easily get finished off here. Arcane Vault quickly going to get cleaned up, removing some of that home field advantage. Archmage sitting at level 5, pushing level 6 now, as the Brewmaster is just shy of level 5. Level 3 Howl of Terror could be around the corner. Meanwhile, after all this time, we see long-distance mining by Leon to try and start up an expo. Goblin Zeppelin is in position. All right, there's a Breath of Fire. Both sides fighting their way through. Nothing in the Zeppelin as of yet, as damage is still racking up here. Pit Lord trying to chase after all of these units. Really needs to go after a Priest if they can. Finishing off a Priest would give level 5 to that Pit Lord and then still add in even more damage again and again. Spellbreakers trying to chase their way through. All right, we're going to see a little bit more slicing damage. Goblin Zeppelin quickly taking another Breath of Fire there. Needs to back up as the fight is still raging on. There goes a Howl of Terror. A bunch of priests in the back position, unable to do much, as we see the Blacksmith getting taken down. Dual level up, level 5 on the Archmage and level 5 on the Panda for Anima. Meanwhile, this one Water Elemental is going to give level 5 to the Pit Lord. So we are now tied on hero levels temporarily, but the Archmage of Leon very close to level 6 still, needing, what, 72 or no, 82 more experience in order to get there. Pit Lord now looking to back away here. Plenty of healing. Leon still, curiously enough, at adept training on those priests, not dealing, not having quite as many hit points. 330 compared to, what is that? Well, is it 330? Oh, no, Leon just got adept training. All right. coming back through. Pit Lord still trying to put in pressure. Leon perhaps wishing now that he had actually gone for Rain of Fire. Rain of Fire could at least force a little bit of pressure onto some of these priests or some of those other back units here, as the Pit Lord is still swiping away at some of these buildings, trying to take them down. All right, Pit Lord, it does have, upwards of 57 damage, and does attack, have a fast attack because of those gloves of haste. Meanwhile, Breath of Fire is going to blow down that Goblin Zeppelin. Still plenty of healing for all of the priests here, as the Spellbreakers are trying to give chase 2-2 compared to 2-1 upgrades still, as the Pit Lord is still slicing and dicing his way through. Expo now finally up for Leon, so, but at the same time, we're looking at Anima, who now has about 12 minutes of mining left at his own Expo, and now perhaps going to get a little bit pressured. All right, Pit Lord trying to make his way down Archmage, getting closer and closer to level 6. It just needs 1 or 2 more kills. There's Mass Teleport now available. And without Stormbolt, well, that Archmage should be able to teleport around very easily. Pit Lord now is going to be the key, trying to get to level 6. It looks as though Leon is just absolutely playing the stronger game, able to take the additional gold that Anima is harvesting and just translate it into his own personal experience bars on the Pit Lord and on all of these remaining units. All right, peasant after peasant going to get taken down. No, only one peasant taken down here. Meanwhile, one Spellbreaker finding this Expo and now needs to, quickly back off. Meanwhile, main base pressure coming in from Anima, as we now see a retrained Blizzard by the Archmage of Anima. Blizzard going to be raining down, perhaps finding ways to deal damage, as Breath of Fire is coming across here. Spellbreakers with that slight range, able to get some damage onto the keep here, as the Panda may be coming in from behind, perhaps to land in some more Breath of Fires as well. All right, there goes the Breath of Fire. Keep is now down to 400 hit points. Leon could be in some serious trouble, as it is going to be one base to one base trading bases here. Keep down to 8390. No, is it going to get a Scroll of Town Portal? Panda purposely backs away. The Panda of Anima purposely backed away there in order to not get picked up by the Scroll of Town Portal, thereby allowing his cooldown to wait one more time and finish off that hull, that keep right there. And now Leon is operating on 0 bases, as the Expo has no more workers. All right. Risk versus reward maneuver right there. Was it worth it? That is going to be the question, as Anima needs to, sell those Claws of Attack plus 12 to perhaps try and gain or rehire up the Panda from the tavern. All right, Panda hiring up from the tavern would be a big deal. Plenty of gold being collected right now, as the Spellbreakers are retreating back. Leon, is he going to try and mine from his main gold mine any longer? Only 820 gold. Long distance mining may actually make quite a bit of sense, as the Pit Lord is on his way to level 6. Doomguard is, the next question. That play by the Brewmaster, was it worth it? Level 5 Brewmaster falling did give quite a bit of experience to Leon as well, and but the problem was the Archmage got some of that experience too. If the Pit Lord got all of it, then we could see the Doomguard get battled up here, as we are looking at the Breath of Fire Blizzard combination of Anima taking down so many buildings. Level 3 Blizzard coupled with level 3 Breath of Fire blowing over the buildings, and with level 2 Brilliance Aura having plenty of mana to retreat and try again. Coming back through, Pit Lord trying to chase after all of these units here. Priest, Spellbreakers perhaps going to try and go after some of these Priest units, are just trying to go spread apart every which way. Archmage of Anima going to find this Expo and perhaps get in another Blizzard down here. Spellbreakers are going to be in position. Spellbreakers don't care if Blizzard is raining down, as the Archmage has to be very careful, though, has no escape mechanisms, as Priests are now getting cleaned up too. Not Priests. Peasants are getting cleaned up too. Archmage Archmage able to rejoin back in on this battle. There is a 1 round of Blizzard, but that's not going to be enough to really cause any serious problems here, as the Blizzard now raining down here, going to finish off 1 or 2 handful of priests. If they're trying to move to dodge that Blizzard, then they cannot be healing, and you can see all of the priests getting taken down there. 1, 2, 3, couple of priests now getting finished off here, as another Breath of Fire finishes off another priest there. Brewmaster now trying to retreat back again. More priest of orange coming back to heal up, and this is a Spellbreaker priest battle, but the Archmage being able to use that Blizzard, that AoE damage on those priests, absolutely huge. I mentioned it earlier, Leon, if he had gone for Rain of Fire, perhaps could have done a similar strategy. Units are now simply retreating back here, going to go ahead and try and regroup. The Pit Lord, however, still a very dangerous hero, as the priest and the spellbreakers are going off in different directions again. All right, are we going to see some more damage? Archmage looking to finish off another water elemental, able to do exactly that, and starting to inch up more experience as well. Pit Lord sitting at 5.7. is trying to go after some of these units. And remember, Doomguard is effective against these magic immune spellbreakers still. All right, both sides still fighting their way through. Spellbreaker is going up against a couple of priests here. Priest trying to heal back up as well. What's going to end up going down? That priest down to 78 hit points. He's going to easily get cleaned up, as these spellbreakers are just camped here at the expo, trying to, well, take down any peasants that, well, mosey on over. There's a Breath of Fire blowing over another farm again. What is happening? 54 over 54 supply. Leon is currently upside down, or supply blocked, and unable to gather any new things. All right. Spellbreak or Pit Lord trying to go after some of these units here. Are they going to be able to finish them off? Pit Lord is inching to get even more experience, able to get a little bit more again. Now 27 experience away from level 6. Finishing off a priest or two here, that would be a big deal. Boots of Speed could be the difference. Is he going to be able to finish it off? Down to 34 hit points. One more swipe should do it. And with that, going to give level 6 to the Pit Lord. And now with Doomguard available, just trying to find and cast a Doomguard on Spellbreakers. All right, another Spellbreaker going to get taken down. No, down to 6 hit points. He's going to be able to escape away. Spellbreakers engaging against the Arcane Tower across here, as the units are just wandering all over the place. Leon now looking to be in a good spot again. Needs to perhaps start mining up some additional gold. Only 2 workers, only 1 worker actually, as the other worker is currently being trained up. All right, Doomguard of Leon finishing off unit after unit here. And now, perhaps going to use Rain of Fire and finish off this Arcane Tower. That Doomguard, very powerful, can get in some damage on those buildings that are tightly grouped together. And that damage does add up quite a bit. Coming back down to the south side here, Archmage. Well, Archmage now trying to retreat back, but I believe Leon is now going to be in control of this game as we hit the 28-minute mark. 2 ultimate abilities, so difficult to overcome. Oh, there's a quick stomp, making sure that that peon is unable to return the gold back. And now just trying to finish off some of these buildings again. Going after the Arcane Sanctum would stop that priest going down the keep, would stop any additional mining, as we now look at the Archmage coming in. Brilliant Blizzard Breath of Fire, but the Archmage still shy of level 6. Is Anima going to perhaps get to dual level 6 heroes as well, and perhaps try to start clawing his way back into this game? 50 supply army compared to 29. Leon has the definitive advantage, but, well, we've seen stranger comebacks happen in the past. Leon now down to 169 mana on this Doomguard, still able to dish out quite a bit of damage on this keep here, as we're looking at Anima trying to clear out a difficult creep camp here. This red creep camp, after all this time, perhaps picking up some powerful items. All right, this Granite Golem going to be suffering quite a bit here. Granite Golem could get taken down, perhaps dropping a useful item once more. We are now up to 5 workers for Leon, who is trying to slowly claw his way back into this game. Coming back across here, well, We are looking at more farms getting taken down. Another Doom Guard. The Pit Lord can just run out across the battlefield, find a Spellbreaker, cast on it, and then back away. A high reward, low risk situation, but and then perhaps have those Doom Guard to slowly walk back as well, as you don't want to give experience to the opponent. All right, here you go. There's Blizzard. There's Breath of Fire. There's, well, only one dead peasant there as the Panda now tries to back up again. A lot of priests are offering a lot of heals here. There's another Doom Guard. There is a Stomp. And perhaps the Pit Lord is going to finish off this Brewmaster. Meanwhile, the Spellbreakers are all here trying to finish off some of these priests as well. And if you can finish off enough priests, you can get in to level 6 too. All right, Brewmaster down to 186 hit points. Stomp going down. There goes another priest. 5.9 on both of Anima's heroes as the peasants are slowly falling as well. Are we going to get to level 6? Yes, we are. Level 6 now on Anima's Archmage. All right, so Anima's Archmage, now seeing that level 6, Leon is continuing to just destroy buildings of Anima, making sure that nothing else can get trained. Meanwhile, Anima coming down here, perhaps looking for some easy kills, hasn't found anything either, as both sides are exchanging blows. Earthstorm and Fire available, going after Leon's Archmage, who is now down to 111 hit points. There goes a Cyclone. There goes a Dispel Magic. Archmage ends up falling, and now it is a lone Doom Guard going up against a level 6 Archmage and a level 6 Panda. A Pit Lord and Doom Guard. How about Earthstorm and Fire should be coming to an end, as we are still looking at both sides fighting their way through. Doom is still right there. More Blizzard. However, Pit Lord getting picked up at the last moment, including some of these other units as well, trying to just outlast and wait out this Earthstorm and Fire ultimate ability. All right, Goblin Zeppelin down to 3 hit points, gets taken down now. Earthstorm and Fire should be coming to an end. Panda now back out on the battlefield by himself. And Anima, is he going to be able to come back over the top here? Archmage is now down. Pit Lord doesn't have that much mana, needs a little bit of time before he can summon a Doom Guard again, perhaps take down another Spellbreaker. Meanwhile, the Archmage has finished off more peasants. No one's getting any mining done at all. All right, Pit Lord. Well, is he going to go ahead and cast Doom? Yes, he does. Doom now cast onto that Spellbreaker there. Spellbreaker trying to retreat away. These Spellbreakers going after the Brewmaster, as this Spellbreaker is trying to get away and, well, perhaps not be as useful. Pit Lord double backing around. Spellbreakers chasing after this Pit Lord here. We're looking at this Barracks perhaps going to get taken down, and there's the Doom Guard ready for some action. All right, what is that Doom Guard going to do? Doom Guard coming back across here, going to find the Brewmaster. Are we going to see a Stomp? Yes, no. There's a Curse. There's a Stomp, and there is some big damage now onto that Brewmaster. Brewmaster dangerously in trouble. Where is that Brewmaster going to go off to? Down to 162 hit points. He needs to find a way to heal, but I don't believe, well, there may still be one. No, there are no more priests available. All right, coming back through, Brewmaster, Breath of Fire should be able to finish off the remainder of these peasants here. Spellbreakers making their way over. Doom Guard is also in position. Are we going to see another Curse be used? Yes, cursed onto that Brewmaster. Brewmaster is in some serious trouble. Are we going to see a Stomp? Yes, stopping the Archmage. And with that Archmage now gone, well, mass teleport finishing off the Archmage, and that is or the Brewmaster, and that is going to be the game. Wow, also, was he able to resurrect the Archmage? Yes, Leon able to resurrect the Archmage as well, and it was back in the fight, but it was really the Pit Lord and that Doom Guard working together in order to close out. Leon having a commanding lead, Anima making it interesting up until the very end. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.